Floppy Hat Photos back here again with our Idiot's Guide to Marathon Training. And today's episode is going to be about understanding and dealing with things that have to come to an end when it comes to your running for your overall better health and process. So today I'm going to be talking about my run streak and how it's going to be coming to an end very, very soon. My run streak will be about 540 days long when it comes to an end. And the reason it's going to have to come to an end is because I've been having massive issues with my toenails for a long time. Some of you might have seen my video I posted up here earlier where I had actually cut my toenails out in the past. I've drilled holes in them, I've burnt holes in them, I've cut underneath them. I've done so many things to try and make my toenails not hurt horrendously, and it seems like at least every 3 months I'm having to do some kind of surgery at home to cut open, drill open, or relieve pressure underneath my toenails. And I finally have decided to just say to hell with it, bite the bullet, and go have a surgery. And I'm having all 10 toenails cut off. They're going to basically knock me out, put me under. They're going to cut open the back of my nails where the skin is, peel that back on all 10 toes, go in there and cut out all the roots of the toenail. So that right there is set up for the 25th of June, and it's not going to be fun at all. They're telling for about 2 weeks of no running. I've got 3 days I won't even be able to wear shoes. My feet are going to be all bandaged up and wrapped up like crazy. And part of me has this weird feeling I'm going to run the morning of the surgery beforehand. Surgery hopefully be early morning. Don't know exactly what time yet, but I should have a good 36 hours before midnight the next day. So if there's any possible way that I'm going to be able to work it out and go out and just hobble a mile, I'm going to think about doing that. But my number one goal is going to be to go ahead and protect myself. That's my number one importance. And yeah, 540 days is not the biggest run streak in the world, but it's bigger than probably 90% of any runner in the world's ever going to do. And maybe 99%. Like, so many people do run streaks because it's just a pure dedication. Yes, anybody can do a run streak if they have the heart and the soul and the dedication of doing it. Most people never make that dedication to do a run streak more than 10 days. So some people may run every day for a month, but few people ever run every day for over a year and a half. So that right there is one of those things that I'm going to be proud of the run streak no matter what. I'm already still proud of it just for going this far with the whole process. But when you cut off 10 toenails and basically have hundreds of stitches and your whole feet bandaged up, the chance of my run streak surviving is virtually zil. So as of right now, I'm still trying to cope with it and come to terms with the fact that my run streak will die on the 25th of this month. So definitely, I don't know, it's an emotional roller coaster. It's really kind of twisting me up a little bit. There's a giant part of me that's super proud of my run streak, and there's a giant part of me that thinks it's just a run streak. It's not that big a deal. It's not like I cured cancer or some shit. So it is kind of nice, though, to see that look on people's face. When you tell somebody you're a runner and you run a dozen marathons in a year, non-runners, even runners, will go like, oh, that's pretty cool. They'll give you props for that. But when even you look at runners who have been running for decades, and you happen to mention, yeah, I've ran every day outside, by the way, not on treadmills, not inside on indoor tracks, that kind of thing, outside all weather, I get just an extra little, I don't know, this little like, you go, brother, type movement of congratulations. That's not an easy feat to do. So the fact that I made it this far is amazing. I originally set out to do a 1 month of January run streak back in 2014 when I started it. And then February came around, like, what's one more day? And then April and June, and I just kept going. It's just one more day every day. So there's been many times I should have let it die before. And I actually kind of made that part of my agreement to myself, talking to a podcaster named Diz Runs podcast. And talking to him, I made the resolution of the fact that I'm willing to let my run streak die if it needs to die. So I guess my proposition is coming, my prophecy, I guess, is coming true in the whole process, and I'm going to let my run streak die. So I am going to go ahead. I almost let it die today, and just as like a punishment to myself, just like to hell with it, just get it over with. You can stop thinking about it dying. And I decided to go ahead. I'm at least going to run up until that day. So I'll know in my heart that I literally only stopped my run streak to save myself extra long-term injuries, bone infections, all kinds of stuff that could come with it. The doctor gave me a whole list of problems that could come from it, but he also said that if it doesn't, if it's not too bad, if it's feeling good, if I want to head out and do it, one of the more likely things going to do is just going to add some inflammation to it. We'll make it a few more days before we remove the stitches, but I won't know that. That's the sad part, because the feet are supposed to stay bandaged up with his bandages for 3 days. So I'll be on the second day, at the end of the second day, before I have to run my mile to know if I can save my run streak or not. So I'm just going to basically, as of now, I still haven't 100% given up on it, I guess. I keep hoping maybe I'll wake up if I'm surgery, you're like, oh, it's super easy, your feet look amazing. They all went together back, sewed them up perfectly, yada, yada. And he's going to say, hey, if you're feeling up to it, go out and do yourself a super slow 1 mile to keep it alive for the next couple days. So we'll see. Like I said, doubt that's going to happen, but I still got this weird little tint of hope in the back of my head, because I'm afraid that if I let my run streak die, that I'll never regain my run streak again. I don't know. Part of me thinks that if I let it die, I'll never start it back up, and I don't know why, because it's not like I couldn't start it back up. It's only a year and a half I've lost at that point, but it's one of those things, I know me personally, I highly doubt I'll ever start it back up. So I guess this more of a emotional rant about coming to terms when something you've been set out and doing. And I've told many people, my run streak, I plan on going until the day I died. Like, if I was possible, I was going to continue to run streak from January 1st, 2014 up until the day I died. And who knows, I guess it might be true. With anesthesia, you go completely under, you never know. Might be the case, but I doubt that's going to be it. But it's just the term of knowing that sometimes you have to lose a battle to win the war. And to win the war of running and trying to run as pain-free as possible, trying to run long distances and that kind of thing, I have to get rid of these toenails. So I probably could have done one at a time and maybe went and run that same night, so on and so forth. But I would have had, 3 or 4 weeks worth of recovery 10 times. And it's just, I'd much rather have 3 or 4 weeks of recovery and then just get it over with one time and lose my run streak than have to have, basically 10 months of pain and recovery after that damn thing. So I got a 50-mile race coming up in September, and I cannot take a chance of not being healed up by then. So that right there is, I guess, the whole thing. Is just knowing how to manage your disappointment. If you guys got any tips or pointers on how to manage disappointment, I would be greatly appreciative of that, because as of right now, I do not know really how I'm going to take care of this. I'm just absolutely I feel ass whipped, lack of a better term. I don't know, I got like nothing that I'm losing giant amounts of hope of ever starting my run streak back up again. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's hard telling, not knowing for sure. So that's all I guess this one is here. Is just the fact that no matter how hard you work at something, no matter how hard you thrive for something, it sometimes is out of your control. And technically this is in my control, because I could choose to not take my toenails off, and I could choose to just have the pain every day the rest of my life when I run. And I think my run streak is worth less to me than having that much pain the rest of my life running. So I'm hoping overall this will make me a better runner, make me a much less painful runner in the process, which will in turn let me run longer. So if that costs me a run streak in order to run better for the rest of my life, I'm willing to do that. So anyway, I will definitely follow up and let you guys know how the surgery goes. I'm going to ask the surgeon if he'll let me basically throw a little GoPro in there or something and film him cutting them off. Maybe even throw it on his head if he's willing to do that. But I highly doubt that's going to do that. But if not, I will be there before the surgery. I will be there after when I have it unbandaged to show you guys results. And I'll also let you guys know as the time comes for the amount of pain and the time delay in that of getting back into running afterwards. So that's all I got for right now. Hope you guys have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Get out there, lace your shoes up, hit the door, and get your run on. And if you're run streaking right now, I say appreciate every day you do it, because you never know when it might end. So best of luck.